ấy bao nhiêu nở máu. Du kích Củ Chi quyết không quên mối thù sâu. Xếp dòng đi ta để giữ lấy đất này nằm. Xếp dần đây ta diệt Mỹ đến cùng.
Củ Chi, an alluvial plain on the right bank of Saigon River with mild currents flowing on up and down bases. Củ Chi, the land of peaceful gardens, cool shadows, and lush tropical fruit trees all year round. Củ Chi, a land area of rubber as vast as the runway. Covering an area of 150 square kilometers with an interlacing road and waterway system, Củ Chi lies on the 8th Road, northwest of Saigon, which was adjacent to the nerve center of Americans and their puppets. Củ Chi has long been a destination of relaxation and vacation, a land of fresh countryside air, good-natured people, innocent children.
Là đất của lao động hiền lành, đất của cuộc sống đồng quê hồn nhiên tươi tắn, đất của tuổi thơ mong được yên ổn học hành.
However, this small and peaceful stretch of land have been devastated much by cruel Americans. They brought in modern artillery, B-52 bombers, chemical toxicants, toxicated gas with the purpose of striking down the Iron Triangle of Southern Vietnam revolutionaries.
Lấy chỗ thở cho cái thây ma bù nhìn Sài Gòn đã 12 lần gục đổ. Như một bầy quỷ dữ tham lam điên loạn, chúng đánh vào đàn bà con trẻ, chúng đánh vào trâu bò.
And who were their targets? They hit local women and children, livestock and poultry, trees, land, and even Buddha statues. Fertile villages of Củ Chi have been struck severely by bombs and ammunition from Washington. The Americans wanted to level this land, but the strong resistance by local guerrillas has halted them. And who are they? They are guerrillas like Trần Thị Gừng, a little girl whose father died in an American attack. With a single rifle and a few hand grenades, she has driven back dozens of raids launched by professional soldiers. During some preemptive attacks, Gung's team has killed 118 American soldiers.
Bằng mấy trận đánh phủ đầu, tổ của Gừng diệt 118 tên giặc Mỹ. Đó là những Phạm Văn Cội.
That is Phạm Văn Cội, chief of a communal detachment who always loved his comrades but defies American bombs and ammunition. After several encounters against the Americans, he alone has killed hundreds of them. That merits have brought him 3 championship titles in destroying American soldiers, army convoys, and airplanes. And his guerrilla team in Mid-Hip Commune have all been bestowed as valiant against U.S. soldiers.
Kiện tướng diệt xe cơ giới, kiện tướng diệt máy bay và cả đội du kích xã Đức Hiệp của Anh đều trở thành dũng sĩ diệt Mỹ. Đó là những Ba Nì, người nông
That
dân
is
xuất
Ba
sắc,
Nhi,
cả đời
a plain
từng
farmer
cày
who leads a simple life with his plow and
đã
hoe.
tính được chính xác
But
đường
right
đi
from the
nước
first
của
fight
quân tướng
against
Mỹ,
the enemy,
quen hành quân
he has
theo
made
một
a
kế hoạch
scientific
khoa học
plan
để
to
đặt
lure them
nhiều
into
vài
his
lựu
would-be
đạn trúng
traps.
chỗ diệt chúng.
"16 American soldiers have been killed, 3 army trucks have been destroyed, and Ba Nhi has been honored Elite Valiant title." They are Võ Thị Mô, a beautiful slender girl of Nhuận Đức, having a great courage. She preferred singing to fighting, but in the very first battle, she fought for 8 days in a row and obtained the title of Valiant against the Americans.
8 ngày liền bám sát địch, trong trận chiến đấu đầu tiên đạt danh hiệu dũng sĩ diệt Mỹ.
With a strong determination of protecting their land, those simple farmers of Củ Chi have crushed down American large-scale offensives by the rudimentary trap of guerrillas.
Đơn sơ của chiến tranh du kích.
Enemies come, they strike.
Khẩn trương củng cố lực lượng.
Enemies go away, they refoster their forces. Shrapnel bombs, mortar cartridges, wreckages of armored vehicles and airplanes that the Americans have left on Củ Chi battlefield have been collected and transported into local guerrillas' factories. Then they've been reproduced into unique ammunition that can strike back U.S. soldiers and combat vehicles. Learning from the innovation of Phạm Văn Cội, Củ Chi guerrillas have created launching pads made from wood. That shrapnel bombs have been used to make new mortars for those pads. When U.S. Army vehicles come in, the guerrillas trigger the electric wire and the shrapnel bombs fly to the targets. Although they have seized latest ammunition and guns, Củ Chi guerrillas have still brought into full play their traditional combat form, spike traps, which had only been used in wild animal hunts. Wherever they traveled on the land of Củ Chi, the U.S. soldiers might fall on a death trap at any time. That is the unique strength of Củ Chi guerrillas.
Đó là sức mạnh vô địch của du kích Củ Chi. Dù ngày đêm sống dưới mưa bom
Despite the
bão
U.S.
táp của
constant bombardment and repeated airstrikes, Củ Chi people have been determined to hold on to their land. Their motto is a hand with hoe, a hand with gun. Enemies attack them in daytime. They've done their farm work in nighttime. Trampling on the fields in ground lots filled with shrapnels, they've tilled to feed guerrillas. The Americans wanted to turn Củ Chi a dead land, But Cu Chi still lives strongly. Unable to survive on the land surface, they choose to live underground. Although it has been a little confined and hot, a subterranean but free living is worth it. They cook, drink, eat, study, get together, trade, enjoy movies and music shows. Everything in the daily life can be found at this tunnel system. The Americans wanted to turn Cu Chi a dead land, but Cu Chi never dies.
Giặc Mỹ muốn biến Củ Chi thành đất chết, nhưng Củ Chi không bao giờ chết.
In contrary, Cu Chi becomes a huge death trap for the invaders.
Củ Chi trở thành cái bẫy chết khổng lồ dành cho quân xâm lược Mỹ.
Combat trenches and resistance units are everywhere. In addition, a matrix of multi-level tunnels deep underground forms an uninterrupted fortification network linking hamlet to hamlet, village to village, commune to commune. Thanks to this firm fortification system, Cu Chi's little guerrillas with rudimentary weapons could fight away their powerful enemy. Sometimes the guerrillas emerged to snipe, sometimes they hit their enemy from the back. They appeared and disappeared so suddenly that American Army commanders have said in panic. Viet Cong soldiers are seen nowhere, but they are everywhere.
Thoát ẩn, thoát hiện, thiên biến vạn hóa. Đến nỗi tướng tá Mỹ phải khủng khiếp kêu lên. Du kích Việt Cộng chẳng thấy đâu, mà ở đâu cũng có. Hệ thống đường ngầm của Củ Chi đã được đám bình luận quân sự phương Tây coi như...
Western critics acknowledged that Cu Chi Underground Tunnel as a tremendous and sophisticated project that not any talented engineers in the world have ever designed and built. Quinler, an editor of AP News Agency who followed the Infantry Division 25 into Cu Chi in 1966, had to admit, those who traveled in this tunnel felt admired to the talents, determination, and patient spirit of the communist guerrillas. Hundreds of Allied soldiers were fallen down by the guns of Viet Cong onto the ground, and maybe more.